So in this video, I want to talk to you about how you create a highly converting landing page, and specifically what it is that helps you to create a landing page that can create you £10,000 a month or even more. Now, the key thing here is that with these landing pages, what they help to do is increase conversions and increase sales simply through the structure. And I'm actually going to parallel this structure with an actual company that is doing really well in the market called Loom. It's one of the amazing products that I use on a consistent basis. So I'm going to show you how Loom are using this template in action, but specifically I want you to pay attention to the different units within this page and how you can apply this in your own business today. So let's go straight into the training and let's get started. All right, so let's go deeper into this training so you can see how it could break down. The number one thing you want to pay attention to is your irresistible offer. This is the first thing that people see when they land on the page. Now, one thing I want you to pay attention to is that when you're actually creating a landing page, when it comes onto the amount of things in your navigation, you don't always need so many things in your navigation, because so whatever's shown in your navigation, you can actually get rid of that and delete that from the top of your navigation and put that there. But the key thing is that in your actual image, you want your image to support your irresistible offer, whatever it may be. Sometimes you might have like a, welcome to my business, or welcome to X business name, or X amount of customers have trusted this business. So you might have something like some kind of social proof at the top or at the bottom. So you may not always need a welcome to business name if your logo is strong enough. You can basically have this kind of social proofing at the top there. So no matter what the structure is, think of it as the H1 highlights the irresistible offer and result for your client. Simple short description about who you are and what you offer. Some key links to client testimonials or X amount of reviews that people can go and see. And what's super helpful is that if on your website you have a page that is like /testimonials, that allows people to go deeper into the testimonials and see what other people say about your business. And a action focused CTA. So instead of get started, you might say like book your free consultation, or book your free 30-minute strategy call, or start your 14-day free trial. So your action-orientated CTA is not as simple as like start today or book now. It adds a bit more context to let people know what's happening next. Okay, so this kind of is a simple structure. You could, you might not have it this way. You might have it in a structure where things are more vertical instead, and you might center align the content on the page as well. So you might have it like this, or you might say, all right, this is the content on the page, but you might want to center align everything on the page, because that might work for you and what you're trying to actually achieve in regards to the design as well. So however you want to structure the content on the page is up to you. Like, you don't have to be super locked into a specific layout or a structure. But the point I'm making is that these are the kind of key elements that you're going to have on the page. This kind of vertical structure works really well, especially when you have a video. So because it's almost like people are only reading this one column all the way down, and then they're going to very quickly press play on a video. So that really works for you as well. So simple structure, simple layout, all the key things is there. Then you have companies you've worked with. You might have awards we have, or a key partnership that you may have that might solidify your business, as in it's connected to one of the big players in your marketplace. Those kind of being highlighted just under the header, super valuable as well. Then we can go into our core benefits. So this is super helpful, but before we do that, let me just go back up to this H1 section where it's like, how do you show this kind of irresistible offer in person? Let me show you how Loom do it so you can see here. So in this page, you can see here how Loom have structured their homepage. So key benefit-driven headline, which is one video is worth 1,000 words. It's a bit more quirky with the copywriting. It might not be as explicit, like, almost like our video player has over 2 million minutes of plays or something like that. Like, you could have something more benefit driven, more numbers focused, more numbers orientated. But in here, you can see a video is worth 1,000 words. So we know already this is specifically to do with video. Easily record and share AI powered video messages with your teammates and customers to supercharge your productivity. So you can see this is not just a video player for a consumer. This is specifically video players, that's kid, teammates, businesses. It's a business-focused video software, all right? Then we could see get Loom for free, install Chrome extension. So you can see the key call to actions that they have. And you can see in the top right-hand corner here, now they've added an additional call to action, which is contact sales. And the reason why this could happen is because if this is a business-focused tool, you have businesses at different revenue amounts, or in other words, sales teams might be at different numbers, or marketing teams, whoever's going to utilize the software. So they might have an enterprise plan as well as having some kind of like medium or premium plan that is maybe geared to like the medium-sized business. And in the enterprise plan, where you need to actually speak to someone, so they have this really clearly outlined on the first page that you land on for the website, with a really great kind of commercially driven video that is super engaging. And quickly people get what this tool is about, and they can go forward. So you can see that structure kind of mirrored here, where it's that kind of vertical 1-column structure. Whichever one you want is good. So that kind of like trusted logos, so you can see more than 25 million people across 400,000 companies choose Loom. And then core benefits, how does that lay out? So you could have 1 benefit, 2, 5 or more. So I like to say between 3 to 5 benefits is generally good enough, especially for SaaS. And you can see here, you record it, Loom AI writes it for you. The big benefit is highlighted. They're highlighting this AI piece to their actual software. So that's the number one thing they want to highlight here. Then you have a section here that I've shown where you can basically list all your products and features even further, right? So you can have shots of your feature within the actual software itself. It could be a service-based business that you have, and you might have shots of how you actually helped people with the actual service you have. And then here you can have title of featured benefit, some kind of iconography to represent that if you want, short description, and then the kind of bullet pointed list of key benefits. Over here, you could see how Loom have taken it and said, you know what, let me highlight one of our key benefits, lightning fast recording. There's their key icon. There's the kind of key download now main CTA button, because so you can download the software, and a kind of interactive graphic to showcase how that actually works. So you can see these key features highlighted down the page, and you can see how you have, so much more than a screen recorder. Record once, edit effortlessly, share embedded video anywhere, engage and connect with video. So all of these key benefits are highlighted because it's benefits to the person that you're selling to, not just trying to showcase some cool new feature like about the software. So let me kind of show you how this template goes a bit further. So in this here, you can see I'll put here like a why work with us section. So this is going deeper into the benefits, but it's more what we call use case benefits. So use case really comes down to, based upon someone's role, how would they use this product or service? And then based upon that specific role, why would it be beneficial for them to now use this product or service, right? So then you can go in and you could say, all right, cool. Video messaging, look how Loom have done it. Video messaging for all use cases. So they've got sales, engineering, custom support, design. Now, how and why do they know this? Because we know they're serving over 400,000 customers with a sales team that helps to sell their product. They have enough context, data, and information to know who are the key people that use their product on a regular basis. So they can highlight the key use cases here. And then you notice there's a button here, see all use cases, which most probably goes to a page that goes even further into all the different use cases as well. A bit more about the key powerful features and benefits. Another benefit driven point, how to use async video communication. So they're really educating the person, the potential customer, about their actual product, their digital product, before they even download or before they actually contact sales. And they can go to the blog and learn more. Then Loom for Enterprise. So you can see where they kind of highlighted that Loom for Enterprise could be higher up the page, but it's most probably lower down the page because their mass market, maybe 80% of their customers is most probably not Loom for Enterprise at enterprise level, but it might be just smaller to medium-sized businesses. One of the key things that I've always seen as beneficial is having an FAQ section. Notice that the FAQ section, you don't tend to find them on home pages. You tend to find FAQ sections on service-based pages or landing pages. Now, when we say landing pages, these are generally landing pages that are describing one specific feature, product, or service, one specific aspect of it, and they have one specific call to action for you to take. So one of their landing pages was this Loom AI landing page. So you can see one specific button here, try Loom AI for free. You scroll down, and then there's one button here, try Loom AI for free. So it's that like try Loom AI, that one button doing one specific action. And one thing that's really helpful on landing pages is having comparison tables. Comparison tables are powerful visual tools that work very well, especially in desktop, to highlight how you compare with other platforms. They don't always tend to work the best for mobile if you can know how to, because it's in the table format, but it's very good at desktop. So really what you want to do is check your Google Analytics data to see what the traffic looks like per platform. If you're about 50-50, then having comparison tables are fine, and you can turn it off for mobile and reflect this comparison table in other ways, where you might not have 3 columns, you might just have the 2 columns, and you might just have like, you know, ticks and crosses, or there's different ways that you can reflect a comparison table on mobile that works really well. So you can see here, when you scroll down this actual landing page, here is the FAQ section. Notice no FAQ section on homepage. Sorry guys, no FAQ section on homepage, but FAQ section here on this landing page makes complete sense, because about this specific feature, we want to give the customer more insight, more information that we know from speaking to the sales team, what they're asking, or what they potentially may ask going forward. So this is really powerful as well. So this actual landing page works really, really well. And let's just do a quick Google search on how much Loom is worth, right? So we can say Loom. Okay, so I've just put Loom worth into Google, and through the generative search, it says that in 2022, Loom was valued at 1.5 billion. So, you know, when we talk about the power of a high converting landing page, or the power of these structures, or the way these pages are laid out, it's not a light thing to consider, because if you can get your pages laid out correctly and you help to drive sales, I'm not saying 1.5 billion was driven just through their website, because, you know, you've got sales team that are going to be calling people directly, but I would at least say 20%. Nah, but I'm playing with you. Maybe 50% or more is literally driven through people doing their own research on the product, going to the website themselves, and then the sales team may have another batch in that amount to go and have phone calls and actually speak to people directly. But people still go off and do their own research anyway, which is interesting. How do they do that research? They go to the website. So this shows you not only the value of a good designer to a business, but also shows you the power of utilizing a structure very similar to this to be able to improve the way you lay out your actual service pages on your website. And also, when you are driving traffic to landing pages, how you should think about how those pages are laid out to promote your products or services, specifically in the SaaS world, or if you're a service-based business, how you can lay out these pages to be super effective to be able to speak to your ideal customer in the best way possible. Now, if you want to get access to this landing page, just go to the description box below and click on the link and download your free copy of this landing page specifically for you, and I'll send it directly to your inbox. And I'd love for you to just let me know in the comments below, what's the number one thing that you're going to work on your website today? Just let me know in the comments, what's the number one thing you're going to work on for your website today? And I want to thank you so much for taking the time out to spend some time. Give me a like and a subscribe, please, because that really helps get this video to more people. And if you have found this a blessing, please share it with someone who you know would truly be really find value from what we went through today. So thank you so much for spending time with me. Look after yourself and look after your families. Take care, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.